Unveiling the unchanging truth.
Welcome. Today, we're going to delve into a profound record conversations between a master and his disciple concerning the nature of mind and spiritual practice. This document highlights several core concepts the master emphasizes, such as the metaphor of the sovereign jewel of self-mastery, the paramount importance of generating bodhicitta, and how to attain omniscience. Our goal today is to try and understand the immutable core principle that the master consistently stresses, and to see what insights it offers us. This conversation touches upon several fundamental perspectives, all revolving around the master's unchanging core principle. For instance, as you just mentioned, the master uses the sovereign jewel of self-mastery to symbolize the bodhisattva's bodhicitta. This jewel can reflect all phenomena in the world. A pure bodhicitta is similar. It can reflect the true nature of the entire Dharma realm and all the wisdom and merits of the Buddha. But there's a crucial point here. The master specifically warns that this is different from what ordinary people might consider supernatural powers. The manifestation of bodhicitta is a natural function when the mind is pure, whereas supernatural powers are more like abilities that naturally emerge as one gradually lets go of attachments to the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, mind, and external forms, sounds, smells, tastes, and tactile sensations through cultivation. These are distinct. There's another analogy in the dialogue that I find quite interesting. It suggests that our usual perception of the world is influenced by our karma, much like how a nearsighted or far-sighted person sees things distortedly but doesn't realize it. So, the master says that karmic obstacles are essentially these limitations. Even though the divine eye is powerful and can see through walls, it's still not ultimate. This highlights another key point emphasized by the master: the abilities themselves are not the ultimate goal. The divine eye can see, yes, but only the Buddha's divine insight can truly understand why these phenomena appear, their causes and effects, their origins and progressions. This is true wisdom. This leads us to the importance of generating bodhicitta. The master introduces what I find to be a rather revolutionary idea here. He says that the correct beginning is to generate bodhicitta. He likens it to a sweet melon seed. A sweet melon seed, even if this seed hasn't sprouted or borne fruit yet, its value far exceeds something that has grown extensively but is heading in the wrong direction, like a bitter gourd vine. A bitter gourd vine, no matter how lush, won't yield sweet melons, right? Indeed, direction is more important than speed. This analogy is very clear. So, generating bodhicitta is like planting a gene that is destined to achieve Buddhahood. One could understand it that way. However, the master is also very practical. He says this path is extremely long. He mentions one great asamkhya kalpa, a unit of time so vast that it's almost astronomical, beyond our imagination. Over such an immense period, one must gradually build all the merits of a Buddha. Therefore, you see, this requires many conditions to cooperate. What conditions? The master uses a very common analogy. He says achieving Buddhahood requires ground, which is our foundation, our actions, meaning the 10 wholesome deeds. Then there must be a seed, which is bodhicitta, the unsurpassed bodhicitta. It also needs irrigation. What does irrigation refer to? It means continually dedicating your merits to nourish and sustain it. It even requires the help of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. The help of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas? Like relying on Ratnasambhava Buddha, who provides us with a stable foundation so we don't fall into unfavorable states. This is like providing the ground. Relying on Bhaisajayaguru Buddha provides the capacity and resources for practice, like giving the seedling. Relying on Amitabha Buddha stabilizes meditation, which is also a seedling. Oh, many forms of assistance. But here's the key: we must be able to accept all this. We ourselves must have hands and feet. Hands and feet, what do these refer to? It sounds like it's not just passive acceptance. We need to actively do something? You've hit the nail on the head. The master clarifies here that faith is the hand, and observing precepts is the foot. Precepts are the feet? If you have no faith and don't abide by the rules, it's like a person without hands or feet. Even if Buddhas and Bodhisattvas bring the best land and the best seedlings before you, you can't grasp them, and they can't grow. What is the ultimate goal of this long journey of cultivation? The master uses two more metaphors, the ocean store jewel and Jambunita gold. Both sound very precious. What do they represent? Especially Jambunita gold, which sounds like a very high standard. The ocean store jewel illustrates the wondrous function of omniscience. It means that when you have wisdom, and you act according to that wisdom, the results will naturally be perfect and magnificent. Conversely, if you act according to your delusions and disordered thoughts, the Master says the results will be a disgrace everywhere. Jambunita gold refers to the purest, 100% unadulterated gold. The purest gold? Yes. It emphasizes that when we pursue omniscience, our determination must be singular and utterly pure. This means that your mind can only have this one goal. It cannot be mixed with any other, such as worldly desires or other pursuits. Not even a tiny bit. 100% purity? This sounds almost impossible. The Master, of course, knows this is very difficult. So, it's hard to achieve this level of purity immediately in daily life. Therefore, he goes on to emphasize that even if you can't do it now, you must first make a firm vow. And most importantly, and repeatedly emphasized throughout the teaching, the immutable core practice method is that one phrase, knowing that all phenomena are manifestations of one's own mind, and being without attachment to them. How does one apply this in daily life? Its meaning is that we must thoroughly observe and understand all the phenomena we experience in our lives, whether good or bad, painful or joyful, smooth or adverse. Their essence is like illusions manifested by our mind, like dreaming or like images on a movie screen. Images can appear, right? They look real, don't they? Yes. But you can't truly grasp them, nor can you truly be attached to them. This is what being without attachment means. Without attachment? Yes. Continuously practicing this kind of contemplation, letting go of the tight grip on all experiences good, bad, right, wrong, even if your skill is not yet perfect and you can't fully achieve it, as long as you start practicing, you have already stepped onto the bodhisattva path. You will then gradually manifest merits and adornments according to conditions. This is the most fundamental teaching of the Master, the one that requires us to maintain an unchanging method of transforming our cognitive system. After today's discussion, it seems we've grasped several core, unchanging points consistently emphasized in the Master's teachings. This means striving for omniscience with the purest, singular determination, like Jambunita gold. And the foundation must be stable, meaning having the 10 wholesome deeds, faith, and observing precepts. The groundwork must be laid well. The true core practice method is to constantly practice, knowing that all phenomena are manifestations of one's own mind, and being without attachment to them, understanding that everything is a manifestation of the mind, and then not being attached to it. So, generating the aspiration and making vows is a beginning, but the real transformation lies in daily observation and letting go. The Master's words constantly remind us that the focus of spiritual practice is always the fundamental transformation of our inner mind nature. This is the true immutable core principle, rather than pursuing external blessings or special abilities. Finally, a question for our listeners to ponder in your life: what people, things, feelings, or thoughts do you hold onto very tightly, considering them very real and absolutely not to be let go of? And which of these can you try to start practicing seeing as if they were images manifested in your own mind, learning not to grasp them so forcefully? This might be the first step to integrating these immutable truths emphasized by the Master into our lives.